Learn Hindi connector phrases. For example to
असल में,
in English in.
हिंदी,
Welcome to your Hindi phrase adventure. Hey, you're about to learn some super useful Hindi linking phrases without falling asleep on page 2. We will keep it light, practical, and just a little ridiculous. Today you will learn how to say, for example, as,
उदाहरण के लिए,
among other things as,
अन्य बातों के अलावा,
in general, as,
आम तौर पर,
all in all, as,
कुल मिलाकर,
in principle, as,
सिद्धांततः,
basically, as,
असल में,
and, strictly speaking, as.
ठीक ठीक कहें तो.
These are the little phrases that make you sound thoughtful, clear, and possibly smarter than the average sandwich. A very serious tea shop, more or less. Listen to this mini story and notice how the phrases sneak into real conversation. Yes, even tea can become educational. I walked into a tea shop in Delhi and asked the owner what people usually drink there. He smiled and said,
आम तौर पर,
people order masala tea. Then he leaned closer and whispered,
उदाहरण के लिए,
my uncle drinks 5 cups before breakfast. That felt less like a fact and more like a warning. Then he proudly described the menu. We have tea, snacks, sweets, and
अन्य बातों के अलावा,
a mysterious biscuit nobody can identify. I asked if the shop followed a strict schedule. He said,
सिद्धांततः,
yes, we open at 8. Then he looked at the empty clock on the wall and added,
असल में,
we open when my cousin wakes up. Finally, after 1 tea, 2 snacks, and a philosophical biscuit, I left thinking,
कुल मिलाकर,
this was a great lesson.
ठीक ठीक कहें तो.
It was chaos with cardamom. Phrase by phrase. Now let us slow down and make each phrase stick. You do not need perfect grammar yet, just a clear feel for each one. For example, is.
उदाहरण के लिए,
Use it when you want to give one sample. For example, apples and bananas are fruits becomes.
उदाहरण के लिए, सेब और केले फल हैं.
Among other things is.
अन्य बातों के अलावा,
Use it when there are more items than you want to list. We discussed travel and, among other things, food becomes.
अन्य बातों के अलावा, हमने खाने के बारे में भी बात की.
In general, is.
आम तौर पर,
It means usually or broadly speaking.
आम तौर पर,
People like comfort. All in all, is.
कुल मिलाकर,
Use it for a final summary.
कुल मिलाकर,
The movie was good. In principle, is.
सिद्धांततः,
This is your formal, thoughtful phrase for theory.
सिद्धांततः,
The plan should work. Basically, is.
असल में,
This one helps you cut through extra details.
असल में,
It is the same idea. Strictly speaking, is.
ठीक ठीक कहें तो.
Use it when you want to be exact.
ठीक ठीक कहें तो.
That is not fully correct. Tiny dialogues with big attitude. Let us make the phrases talk. Repeat after each line if you want to sound impressively organized. A. Can you explain this rule? B. Yes.
उदाहरण के लिए,
Think of a red ball. A. What did you discuss in class? B. History, music, and
अन्य बातों के अलावा,
tea, because apparently tea is a subject now. A. Do people here wake up early? B.
आम तौर पर,
Yes, except my cousin, who considers noon a sunrise. A. How was the trip? B.
कुल मिलाकर,
It was wonderful. My backpack disagrees. A. Will this machine work? B.
सिद्धांततः,
Yes. In reality, please stand back. A. So what happened? B.
असल में,
We all forgot the key. A. Is he a doctor? B.
ठीक ठीक कहें तो.
He is a dentist. Teeth would like this distinction respected. Memory tricks that are slightly silly. A weird image is often easier to remember than a perfect explanation. Your brain loves nonsense more than it admits. Picture a teacher raising one finger and saying,
उदाहरण के लिए,
Before showing one apple, imagine a magician pulling 10 random objects from a hat and shouting.
अन्य बातों के अलावा
See a giant mango giving a speech to a crowd.
आमतौर पर
Life is better with snacks. Visualize a calculator adding your whole day and flashing.
कुल मिलाकर
Imagine a professor in a cloud of chalk saying,
सिद्धांततः
while a robot behind him catches fire. Picture a mountain of complicated notes collapsing into one clean card that says,
असल में
See a tiny judge with a magnifying glass announcing.
ठीक ठीक कहें तो
Before correcting your sandwich order. Quick quiz time. No panic, this is friendly. If you get one wrong, just blame the mysterious biscuit. How do you say, for example, in Hindi? Answer.
उदाहरण के लिए
How do you say, among other things? Answer.
अन्य बातों के अलावा
How do you say, in general? Answer.
आमतौर पर
How do you say, all in all? Answer.
कुल मिलाकर
How do you say, in principle? Answer.
सिद्धांततः
How do you say, basically? Answer.
असल में
How do you say, strictly speaking? Answer.
ठीक ठीक कहें तो
Your final challenge. Now it is your turn to sound clever. Try saying these aloud before peeking at the answers in your memory. Say, in general, this rule works. Start with.
आमतौर पर
Say, for example, cricket is popular. Start with.
उदाहरण के लिए
Say, all in all, the day was good. Start with.
कुल मिलाकर
Say, basically, we agree. Start with.
असल में
Say, in principle, the idea is correct. Start with.
सिद्धांततः
Say, strictly speaking, that is not exact. Start with.
ठीक ठीक कहें तो
Say, we talked about books and, among other things, culture. Use.
अन्य बातों के अलावा
Thanks and keep practicing. Nice work. You just learned a set of Hindi phrases that make your speech smoother, smarter, and far more dramatic. Thank you for learning with me today. Practice these phrases out loud.
उदाहरण के लिए अन्य बातों के अलावा आमतौर पर कुल मिलाकर सिद्धांततः असल में
And.
ठीक ठीक कहें तो
Come back, repeat them, build your own sentences, and keep practicing your Hindi.
कुल मिलाकर
You are doing great.